The following game has been rated E for everyone by the ESRB, and it has no listed restrictions. That means that the content in the game should be appropriate for anyone aged 6 and up. Furthermore, this game is also listed as early access. That means that this game is not yet completed, so what you will see in the following video may not be reflective of the final product. You have been warned. Greetings and salutations. I am Outlier and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today is, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we're returning back to Hardspace Shipbreaker. Again, this is not the one where you build the ships, because I don't actually own Space Engineers. Yes, I own several other games where you can build ships. Because I don't want to. So as my co-host has already stated, the premise of Hardspace Shipbreaker is that you are an orbital salvage engineer working for a mega corporation. And your tasks basically include you're given a derelict or salvageable vessel. You cut it apart for all the useful parts and toss everything into assorted places so that it can be processed back out and resold as second-hand equipment / materials by your corporate overlords. And rather than paying you a cut of the profits, because they're a benevolent corporation, they have instituted a program known as Links Points, where you get secondary currency for all intents and purposes when you complete salvage objectives, which allow you to upgrade your gear. Yes, I'll get to that point momentarily. As my co-host has specifically stated, it's not exactly a case that they don't pay you. You do get paid in what passes for standard currency in this game. It's just that the corporation that you work for has expended a ridiculous sum of money just getting you into orbit and having you work their job at their facility. And rather than eating the cost, they expect you to pay it back through working for them. And the initial sum total that you have to pay back is 1 billion credits. Yes, ouch indeed. So all else being equal, this game is of course made by... Thank you again. And that being said, let us begin. Alright, so I know last episode we took apart a gecko. Since they can take upwards of about 2 hours, I am not really... What is this? New message received, 2 cutters, all links.railmail from Links Tech Support. Reason productivity update. Attention shipbreakers. According to Productivity Weekly, too much time is spent selecting shipbreaking tools. This is why we're rolling out Tools 4.0. Compliance with link safety, all loadouts have been reverted to default schematics to incorporate Tools 4.0. The new tool selection is as follows. See options to learn how to access the tools menu. From here, select a cutting tool, grappler, or demo charger. Wait, we get demo chargers now? Once selected, you can swap modes. Happy cutting. Clearly, they added some things. What the demo chargers are used for? I don't know, half the stuff I cut into explodes anyway, so. And we have one sticker. Okay, so they finally gave me the tutorial sticker. Okay. I was worried because I completed the tutorial long before they invented stickers. It wouldn't flag me for that one, but it did, so yay me. Apparently they also included a new ship called the Javelineer. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So if we look at equipment, we now have demo chargers, okay. Huh. I guess that drops durability slower. Alright, well, so I know what I'm upgrading. I'm usually good on fuel for the thrusters. Alright, so what exactly are the demo charges? Finally approved for use, the demo charge has the highest cut grade used to blast through the toughest ship-grade materials. The right to sue for bodily harm is forfeit with purchase. Wow, it's automatically a cut grade 3. Which means it could probably cut through the thingy on the mackerel that protects the thruster. Because that's the only thing that I've seen that's cut grade 3. Nanocarbon is the only thing that I've seen that's cut grade 2. That's weird. They took away, I guess they took away the ability to upgrade the split saw further to... Actually, that's the range, I think. Could have sworn there was the final upgrade for the split saw was allowed it to cut through nanocarbon. I wonder if that's no longer the case because they included demo charges. Okay, so that looks interesting. Me thinks so. Well, something tells me I should probably practice with explosives before I start taking apart ships with them. Alright, so let's actually repair the cutter, because it's at 74%. And let's see what the ships are available. So we have Geckos available in grade 6. I'm guessing the new ship, the Javelineer, is the next grade up. More Geckos in grade 5. No, actually, we have one Javelin in grade 4. You know, grade 4 Javelins are, all the Javelins are in grade 4. And grade 3 goes back down to the mackerels. 2 is easier mackerels, and then grade 1 is the training mackerel. No, we are not claiming the ship. So if Javelin falls between the Gecko and the mackerel, so we have heavy cargo, refueling, and refueling. I'm also guessing the Javelin is also designed more for utility purposes, like for instance, back before they invented the Javelin, all the low-grade Geckos were transport Geckos. In fact, this is a station hopper here in grade 5. In fact, these are all mediums as well. Interesting. So since I'm not seeing a transport, just heavy cargo and refueling, I'm guessing the Javelin was designed for utility purposes. But, seeing as how this is new, let's go play with one. Alright, and they're actually all listed as easy, so it shouldn't be too hard. And this one's worth the most, so let's take the Arcadian Tensu Maru, last known as the Aquarius.
Alright, Cutter. This here is a jab. Get your take a look at that. I got to take apart a few of these back in the day before the rake was changed. Anyway, the trick is, you want to take them apart from the outside. You don't want to be mopping yourself into a corner once you're in there.
Ah, they also tell you what the cut grade is needed. Looks like there's going to be 5 cut level. Titanium structure, cut point. I don't even know what these things are. An ion ring engine, low energy propulsion system primarily used for satellites and local transportation. Okay, so that's actually its engine. Well, as as Weaver said, I should work on this thing from the outside in, and that's basically what I do anyway. So let's see. It has a class 1 reactor, so that's relatively easy. A class 2 thruster, bunch of nanocarbon and metal. The iron rings look like they go down to the barge. So let's start with that. And so that way I don't cut into something I don't know about. Oh. Is this cut point not working? Interesting. You know, the cut points are what you're supposed to use to cut apart the ship. Alright, so that says danger, so I'm assuming it's still pressurized. That's a fuel tank. Okay, so first thing we should probably do is climb inside.
Airlock pressure level dropping.
Vent any internal O2 and flush the gas.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
So that's an aluminum panel. Computer terminal. Ooh, a data drive. Okay, quick question. Yeah, see, these cut points I can cut through. I mean, I'm assuming we're still in, yeah, we're still in pressurized space. That's the power generator. But there are how many? Okay, I'm lost. Fuses. Here we are. that vents that room, so if we pressurize here...
Air pressure level decreasing. Air pressure level decreasing. Airlock pressure levels dropping.
That's an airlock. So it's the crawl space.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Okay, so now did we vent the entire ship? No, there's actually a back section to this.
Airlock pressure levels increasing. Air pressure level decreasing.
Interesting.
Airlock pressure level
They have an
dropping.
airlock just for the pilot's chair. So, do I...
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Yeah, I actually have to vent. There's basically two different parts to this ship.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
So the cockpit isn't actually connected to the rest of the ship.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Oh, that works. Okay, 5's the light now. Fabric, panel.
Air pressure level decreasing. Airlock pressure levels dropping. Air pressure level decreasing.
Interesting. If this wasn't pressurized, how is it the wind blew out? Well, alright, so now we completely depressurized. I mean, completely. Looks like it. So looks like the reactor's back through here. And there's the reactor. That's the thruster. I'm not seeing any sort of engine. Well, fuel. The thruster isn't connected to any fuel line, so I'm assuming that there isn't actually one. So let's actually cut off this nacelle. Apparently it's big enough it needs 4 cut points to keep it on. Let's get out of the way. What is that? Amplifier. Okay, now to nacelle.
Salvage secured. Credits
Just secured
deposited.
450 kilograms of amplifier. Whatever the heck an amplifier is. Yes, I'm aware that I normally work front to back, and that would be how I do things, but those grade 2 cut points confuse me. And since I'm already back here and I've wasted
5 minutes remaining in the shift.
10 minutes of my shift,
Good. We wrap.
I need to drop something somewhere. Because every day I incur more debt. So that's still connected on there somehow. So what exactly did I cut? There's one big gas tank and there's multiple ones. Well, that confuses me. I do like how the sparks from the cutting laser don't actually set off the gas tanks. I'm guessing this little symbol and these cut points I can't cut through normally are what the demolition charges are for. Alright, so what exactly are you still connected to? So these are some definitely big cut points. You know what? This is the cockpit. Oh darn. Okay, what happened to the glass? It's so much for trying to take out everything through the window like normal.
All right, Cutter. Wrap it up. You got about a minute left.
Alright, so did this remove anything? No. No, of course it didn't. On the plus side, we managed to vent the ship.
Oxygen reserves are low.
So lost one computer terminal, some glass, and a poster. And I salvaged only one amplifier. Thought I put down two. Alright, so I made 37.5 thousand with a daily fee of just shy of $500,000. Unread messages. I'm guessing that's just this. Certifications. No data I had to recover. I did decrypt all the messages between episodes. That's the wrong button. Equipment. So yeah, I really don't want to do the demo charges, but something tells me I may, well, without practice first, but something tells me I may have to.
Hey, Cutter. Looks like you got your hands on the demo charges. They keep discontinuing these suckers because they've taken off more hands than a meat grinder. Guess it's time to see if they fix that little issue, or we find out what the sound of one hand clapping is. Weaver out.
Okay. I'm going to use those very, very sparingly. I guess we're going to continue salvaging. Okay, so what is the problem with this thing? Get in the net.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, so if 5 is the light, I'm guessing 4 is not the double charges.
Okay, now. You sure your charge is in the right spot? Measure twice, cut once, Cutter. Ready? Now give that trigger a squeeze.
I haven't put any down yet. Okay. So we have V to swap out between chargers and... Okay. So I'm guessing...
Great job, Cutter. Now just make sure to clear the area before detonating that bad boy.
And put one here. And put one here. And we'll put one here. That should separate the upper ion ring. Can I collect them? Because I gotta be honest, if the only thing keeping... No, there's these pieces as well. So if the only thing keeping the ion rings attached to the ship is this piece right here, I don't need to cut through these sections. guess not. Okay. It really is measure twice, cut once. Let's try not to actually hit the ion ring. And now that all 5 are set, let's back up a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. And watch the world explode.
And lift off. See, Cutter? That's how it's done.
So that chunk goes down. That chunk goes down. I think it's still attached. Yeah, attached to like right there. Can I buy more demolition charges?
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
I can actually purchase more demo charges. Okay then.
Have a nice day.
Alright, so hear me out real quick. If all of this is an ion ring, then I don't need to cut off these 2 pieces. If they're all going to the same spot, which means what I gotta do is that there. Yeah, that's not cutting through the ring. Put that there. That there. Alright, and that chunk of the ring is now free. And all 3 of these pieces should be free as well now. Maybe. No, it is moving.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Okay, did they change the... They must change the button to cut tethers. Well, I guess it's stuck on the cattle trap until that tether dies. Or I can play tug of war. There we go. And down it goes. Alright, so all that goes into the processor. Alright, so what exactly am I looking at here? I wonder if that means to get the fuel tanks off, I have to put it on this side, will it actually cut both of them? No, it won't. Okay. Burn away that.
Your oxygen reserves are low.
I know.
Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to Link's equipment.
Thank you.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Get in the net. You know, I wonder if it's going to count the entire ring if only one part of it's sticking out. I said in the net. I will push you all the way in if need be.
Alright, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of the shift before they turn the lights out on you. Either better. We're out.
Alright, so since that was 3,000 some odd kilograms of ion ring, I'm assuming he counted all of it. If not, I am not going to stop and find out. Alright, so next thing I gotta cut off, I'm guessing, is the gas tanks. Thought I hit all the grade 1 cut points. Of course, you'd also think that hitting those cutting off all those cut points would actually remove the thing. No, apparently even this still, I have to hit these. So I don't think they're going to hit anything. Okay, I see how it works. So they're attached through multiple different types of cut points.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
So those grade 2 cut points, I need the demo charges to break through. Attach the frame to the ship for some reason. And the grade 1s, I'm not going to ask. Attach the fuel pods to the harness area. And I have to cut through both in order to release the fuel tanks. Makes about as much sense as anything else I do here, so why not? A little bit faster would be helpful. We've got plenty of tethers to play with.
Caution. Tether supplies running low.
Or I don't have plenty of tethers to play with for some reason.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
1 minute left, Cutter. Time to start wrapping things up. We wrap.
Alright, so now is there anything else on the outside of this thing that I need to worry about? Alright, so I'm guessing these cut points keep this metal, the whole thing in nanocarbon attached to the central spar area. I'm guessing if I blow those, I can somehow remove this thing, although it looks like it's all one solid piece. So I might have to take apart the engine compartment first. Yeah, so the other amplifier was 37,500. The ion ring, all five. Curious. Anyway, all chunks of the ion ring count as just over 500,000. Fuel tanks were about 1/3 of a million. The pod clamps, there was a high gain antenna. Where was there a high gain antenna? You know about that? Okay, that's interesting. Moving right along. Alright, so I think if I did the math correctly, I made up enough to cover the loss from the last shift. But I'm going to need to not dawdle around if... Now, I like the fact that, you have to pay to get the demo charges, and you have to pay extra in links points to get an upgrade to allows you to disarm them. I'm guessing so in case you decide you don't want to cut there. Why does this thing look off kilter now? Probably because it is.
Salvage destroyed. Please revisit your training.
Huh? When did I lose a pod clamp? I'm guessing this chunk of the iron ring isn't actually in there. So what we may have to do... allows us to set that there, back it up, cut that off, guess that counts. Okay. So then are any of these other pieces not in the net for some reason? 1, 2, 3. looks like it's in the net. The rest of this.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Okay, so for some reason, this. For some reason, apparently the gas tanks come apart now. Interesting.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage.
Oh, I think that gas tank was about to leak.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, so I'm going to assume that that's all in the net now. Okay, so those weren't all one piece. Interesting. Very interesting. So do I not get more demo chargers automatically? Interesting. Is there a way to see how many demo chargers I actually have? Maybe once I actually have some. So they're not like tethers where you automatically get more. That's going to be interesting if no. Of course, why should they give you? Wow, each pack of demo chargers costs 50,000.
Have a nice day.
I don't like the fact that to exit out you have to close and then reopen the work orders. Yeah, 5 demo charges. They do not automatically reset. Weird. Anyway, what am I looking at? There, there. Hey, let's see what happens. Okay, so it looks like that this whole chunk is free. But as I suspected, it's flagged as one piece, so I can't actually get it off without first moving one of these 2 pods. However, I'd like to point out, this is technically just standard aluminum, so I could arguably just cut clean through it, like thusly. That's free, that's free. Actually, that by accident. That's free. I mean, the outer thing that was holding the gas pods was nanocarbon, so I shouldn't be able to cut through it. Yeah, I can't cut through it. So even if I did hit it, nothing will happen. I just cut these areas. This should just go straight into the processor. I did cut it all right. Nope, there's this piece still left. looks clean, that looks clean. That isn't clean. I'm not looking at... There. I mean, they're definitely yanking. Are you actually attached to the hull? It may actually be attached to the hull. Or not. I don't actually know. Doesn't look like it. It's just the tethers right now. It's yanking the entire ship. Okay, you get connected to this cattle trop. I'll deal with you in a second. I mean, it is free. It's not connected to anything. Okay, there we go. And this aluminum should also be disconnected, which it's not. Now it is.
Warning.
You go in
Your
here.
reserves are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
Material deposited. Deposit not accepted.
Apparently I threw a large pile of nanocarbon down the wrong spot. Wonder what happened. I'm busy worried about not getting enough air.
Your plan administrator to add asphyxiation coverage.
I'm guessing there was a chunk of nanocarbon I didn't see. Or the fuel tank frame hit the storm brake and ended up down the wrong mall. Okay, so now that this is basically two ships, let's get the front panel off. And some of the nanocarbon went in the right spot.
Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you. We were out.
Am I getting this ladder off? That's apparently how. Okay. Come on. There we go. Just get you out. Kinda aim and then fire.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transferred.
Get you out. Now I'm curious. If these ships are designed to operate in 0G and artificial gravity isn't a thing yet, why do they need ladders?
Secured. Credits deposited.
True, I guess if they're docked someplace that, you know, has some form of gravity. Now let's get these cut points done. Are there more of those amplifier thingies here? Okay, so this is what the ring is, that the thing connecting the ion ring was actually attached to. And this is just straight nanocarbon. Why was it attached like the way it was?
Caution. Water supplies are low.
Yeah, I know. It's titanium. Just go straight to the mall. Which is probably going to slam into the front piece and probably take all of that with it. But you know what? If it all goes into the blue maw anyway, what's this red thing? Oh, that's just a light. And if the nose area is just going into the processor anyway. It's a very reason why I shouldn't help it along. Okay, I hit something I wasn't meant to.
Dig deep and let's finish strong.
Oops.
Valuable object processed.
I mean, something went in, I got the nanocarbon. I think that's everything. I feel like the airlock is still going to be attached to something. But that's an issue for another ship because this one just ended. Alright, so I lost a pod clamp, quite a bit of fuel tank, some aluminum structure, 12 units of nanocarbon, 110 kilograms of a mount, and 2 lights. Still made 1.5, just shy of 1.5 million coin though. Again, lots of fuel tanks, lots of coin. Yeah, the latter probably isn't really worth it. And nanocarbon paneling. As usual, the main, outside of like the high-end, really expensive good stuff, the main money in these ships is in the hull itself. But let's take a look at equipment. Everything's relatively okay. Continue salvaging. How many demo charges do I got? I got 3 left. Okay. Alright, so what else do I have that's still connected to this thing? Right, now are there any other cut points I need to worry about? Or is there any other cut points on the forward section? And there's a couple cut points in the cabin area. None that look to be on the airlock itself. Okay, so are you just one piece? That is not the grapple. I mean, the airlocks are still attached to this piece. How do I get them off if... And clearly the cockpit isn't connected to the rest of the ship anymore. Do that. Cut that. Cut that. There. One of these things that got like some random cut point and the entire thing just falls apart. Maybe. What is there's actually 4 with a door? Weird. Okay. Alright, so can I just push you guys out? I can. Of course, the question now becomes, can I get out myself? Alright, so you're still flagged as a computer terminal, so you get to go to the net.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
So where were these cut points? They are on the inside. But it's like there's something between... There's like a chunk of floor between the two. Try not to hit anything important. What exactly is processor? Okay, so what exactly am I looking at cut point wise? Cutting you. Alright, so then this whole thing, I guess, just slides out. That's interesting. Chair goes there. Oh, you're actually scrapped, so...
Secured. Account credit applied.
Whoopsie. Head that way. What was I looking at? Chunks of nanocarbon. Of course, this chunk of nanocarbon has the atmospheric regulator strapped to it, as well as a computer.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
And a light. Let's go to the barge.
Salvage secured. Count credit applied.
You go there. This chunk of aluminum goes there. And this is a computer I broke, so it goes in with the scrap. For you. More scrap.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Go there. Anything else attached to this? No.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Get in the mall.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
And I was hoping just to remove the entire outer area before pulling the power generator. Apparently it won't let me do that because this is apparently one solid piece of nanocarbon. But we got the power generator now.
Credits transferred.
Something's sparking. Probably those fuses. Fuses like to explode when there's no longer any power to them. Collect this right here. This was second fuse, but I guess that exploded. Okay, so how exactly am I going to get... Demo charges can cut grade 3 material.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are low.
Welcome to Vintage.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
So this is all one solid piece. No, it would probably be easier if I just cut off the paneling from the inside. My one thought was to use demolition charges just to cut the outer shell in half, see if I can get the airlocks out that way, but it's still connected to the back wall.
Left in this shift, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Weaver out.
Stop fooling around. Of course, it's going to hit this light. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the light. Just toss that somewhere. Don't much care where it goes.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Cutter, your equipment durability is dropping. Keep an eye on it. You don't want to be dangling in the wind with busted tools. When you see it happening, head on back to the hab and use a repair kit to fix them up.
That's a first. Also, it's not one solid piece of nanocarbon. The art rings, yes, but what I could probably do instead strip all that away.
Product accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
If I connect this secondary ring to the cattle truck, what's going to happen, I wonder? Let's find out. And it's just going to shift everything. But I should point out, because the airlocks aren't secured to it anymore, they are moving independently. So that's going to be how I get the airlocks out.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Of course, this plate just came off anyway. So if I was smart, I probably could have just done it that way. Why do I feel like the door control was still attached to that? That pops off.
Salvage deposit.
So what is that? But no, that's the cattle truck. Alright, in that case, the rest of this ring can go over here. Back into the, well, not back into the blue maw, straight into the blue maw. Right, now is there anything else other than the door controls that are in here? And there is actually a computer terminal in here.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Of course, now it's oriented wrong, so... Let's get this door control while I'm thinking of it.
We're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this shift.
Alright. Send that poster down there for a small amount of coin.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Of course, that works, I guess. I just drag it out with by hand. You make 1.29 million credits. There was an airlock console still strapped to that. Lost some glass, but it's a small amount of glass, so I don't really care. Same with the aluminum. And one light. And I stopped caring about lights a long time ago. Okay, so since the grappler decided to go on the fritz, let's fix that. Cutter's still at 86%. Cross spectrum scanner is down to 76 because I'm actually using it for a significant amount of time nowadays. And let's just continue salvaging. Because we still have the entire back section of the ship to do. I'd prefer not to have this video be 3 hours long. It's not going to be 3 hours long. Probably closer to 2. The rate I'm going. Anyway, we got the computer terminal out. It's a big terminal, so we should probably tether it to the net. You go there. It gets flung straight in.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Okay, so we have this table right here, but it goes to the furnace anyway, so I don't really need to worry about that. Apparently there are chairs I didn't see originally. So just drag these out and fire them away.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
There's that poster. Smack that door console against every wall in the ship. That goes there. Do I care about the light? Well, you know, it's here and I'm looking right at it, so why not? Even pocket change can amount to quite a bit, given enough time to collect. It's a good thing I stopped to look. I forgot the atmospheric regulator. Like the lights, I consider those worth a decent amount of coin. Enough that I'll actually aim for where I'm planning on dumping it in the net. And I think that bounced off. No, it says it's processed. Where does aluminum go into the... blue mall? Okay, so these panels apparently can be popped off, but not the fabric. That's interesting. Okay, so I think that this is actually connected to the outer ring. So what I'm going to do is go around to the outside and just cut it off. I don't think I'm hitting the inside. I am. Oops. Of course, that's a chunk of nanocarbon I'm cutting into. Which means this may not actually be free at the moment. Oh look, the other fuse. Wondered what happened to that. So what we're going to do is literally cut the quarter. Alright, so that should separate one from the other. So if I yank on this ring using tethers, you'll take this piece with because it's caught on the inside. Hopefully attaching a cattle prop will just yank it out. It looks like it's working. Grab this light. Of course, it's close enough to the mall anyway, it gets sucked in.
Account credit applied.
Alright. You connect to this cattle prop.
Object not accepted. Please revisit your training.
Yep, it's lost. Darn it. All that work and it still gets eaten. Well, it's a new ship, so I know for next time.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Alright, now for the back third. Which has pretty much been untouched this entire time. So let's get the thruster cap off. So we can just yank the thruster clean out. Well, that's interesting. The thruster cap is actually still attached to the thruster. So where's the blue ball? Turns out I'm technically upside down. Stop. Over here. And get where you need to go. Now then, where's the thruster? Thruster technically hasn't cleared the ship yet.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
And down is this way, so you go there, and I'm getting out of the way. Alright, that's it.
Goal is complete. Additional goals still remain.
And that's all I needed for the certification, and I am going way too fast. Figure while I'm thinking about it, I might as well grab some air right now.
Have a nice day.
Alright, so now that the thruster's out of the way, all I gotta worry about is the reactor, and I'll be good on work orders. In the meantime, I gotta cut all this off. That was worrisome because it was literally right next to the reactor. Huh. So this back plate is actually separate, at least on this version. The more it goes.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
a shift before they turn the light out on you. Either that or we've wrapped.
Shoot all the cut points. And I would say I freed the airlock, but no, I didn't. There's still that one, and I think one other on the other side. There we are. There we go. Now that's free, and this should just simply pop off if I push it with my head. It does thusly. There should be, yeah, an airlock control. Take you off. Fire you God knows where. Send you to this maw. Send the airlock that way.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
So any other cut points I need to worry about? There actually are a few. Alright, now if I'm guessing correctly, this is the chunk that holds the reactor. We'll just tether that. Okay, so I was mistaken. That isn't the chunk that's still holding the reactor, but... Oh, I'm glad pieces, when still connected to each other, don't take damage when moving them. Because I have a feeling if that did, the reactor would have been crushed by me doing that. Okay, where do I want this thing? Dump it right there. Out comes the reactor. And we're good. So that's the last work order I gotta worry about.
Work order is
Just tether the rest of these chunks. Is there anything there? Nope. Just structural components.
Caution. Tether supplies are low.
Lower inland tethers nowadays. That's interesting. But I only got like a minute and a half left, so. Unlike demo charges, I get new tethers, so what do I care? Still only have 3 demo charges. Meantime,
valuable objects processed. Credits awarded.
there's still 1 cut point left. Right here. Right, so is there anything inside this compartment I actually care about? Enough to bother to try to salvage it. There's actually quite a few computer terminals in here. Some chairs and some posters. So in other words,
Dig deep and let's finish strong.
yes, there's plenty of stuff in here that I would want. Now, I don't know, I'm definitely not going to get all of it out in 46 seconds, and I don't know if there's enough still left to cover the cost for another shift. But we're going to make today into tomorrow. And we netted 2.1 million. Yeah, quite a bit of aluminum because the inside of the forward compartment got fed to the Blue Maw ate it. Kind of wish that didn't happen, but oh well. And we move right along. Alright, so I have enough links points to do quite a bit of stuff. So I guess the explosion becomes smaller for the self-cleanup. You know, let's actually get more of them because you can never go wrong with more explosives. Yes, I know you can always go wrong with more explosives. But let's see if we can finish this up this shift. Alright, so we got a nice big glass panel right here. Hopefully, we can do what I had planned to do with the cockpit and just cut the glass. Apparently that was enough to separate the glass out. Okay. So that gets fed to the red maw. Then it allows us to basically grab everything out the window, yank everything out the window, send it all to the net.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Except this table, that gets fed to the furnace anyway.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Oh, this is all one. Oh, good. Stop. Okay, so now that everything's on fire, we're just going to grab this poster, see if we can yank it out before it catches on fire. It does. It goes away. Apparently far away because it bounced off something already in the net.
Gunner, your gear's getting low. It's gonna start fighting you if you don't head on back to the hab and make some repairs.
Okay. Guessing that was the scanner. So are we done exploding now? Yeah, close enough for government purposes, I guess. Okay, you go there.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I'm guessing everything that can be burned off was burned off except this poster. So we'll just take that. Fling you down that way. That also doesn't hit. You go there.
Salvage secured.
Apparently once you hit, I'm guessing 75% or go under 75%, things stop working fully. I mean, that's fine. I usually try to repair things at around 75% anyway. But this is the first time things have actually stopped working. What are you? Oh, and a battery pack. Go to the barge. Come with me. Alright, so anything else? Just a couple of doors and the atmospheric regulator. Because I always forget these things. And yet I always want to make certain I grab them.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Okay, so let's send this chunk of outer hull to the blue maw. So I don't think it's connected to anything anymore. So it should just technically pop clean off. And then we can do with this what I had originally planned on doing with the front section. No, not invited to tea. Inanimate objects don't actually drink tea, you know this. I was gonna cut it off.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Alright, so if I tether you to a cattle trop, is the nanocarbon going to come with it? And the answer is yes, but it left the pieces, the chunks of frame around it. So what is still connected? There. There. And that's actually what was still connected. So this chunk of nanocarbon goes to the blue maw, as it should. All this stuff gets fed to the red maw. Let's say, where'd this thing go? And this thing goes to the red maw. I think I got everything out. Oh no, there's a door console. Got everything else out. There's still a light in there, but it's a light, so I don't care about it. And in that goes, as it should.
Raw material processed. Credit deposited.
Alright. Let's see if we can't find those posters. It looks like a few other things. Hairlock one's interesting. I mean, I got the time in the air, so I might as well go looking. Can never hurt to look. Oh, that's a chunk of the frame. What is out there? I mean, it's clamping on something. That's a chunk of glass. I'm actually under the maws at the moment. Alright, I'm running low on O2, so... And it does say that there's still a chunk of mass remaining, but I don't see it.
Material deposit.
I don't see it anywhere. So on that note, I'm going to say that the Acadian Tetsu Maru is no longer anymore. just end the shift because I don't feel like paying for O2. And we actually did make enough to cover the shift's expenses, so there's that. Just a door console. 7 lights, apparently. Still missing one poster. I wonder if that was a thing that was just out and about. Alright, so then we complete the shift. Alright, so that was interesting. I must admit, I was not expecting a different kind of vessel. But it was a pleasant surprise. I was also not expecting explosives. Just check all the equipment. Fix what needs fixing. Yeah, these two seem good for now. Alright, so on that note, I shall call it here. Everybody stay safe from the plague and have a good day.